Good afternoon. It's Thursday, August 22nd. So here's the update on the windows. Just about every one of them leaks somewhere in the top pane or the bottom pane between the glass and the metal. And I'm right now leaning toward removing the plastic keeper channel piece. I don't know what you call it. I can show you on this one. Right here. This little guy. Right there. The little O-ring tool, I can get in there and pop that thing out. That's what holds the glass in until the glue that they used dried. The only difficult one is up under here, but I think I can swing it. So right now, like I say, I'm leaning toward removing these and then just put a bead of caulking around the window. That'll seal them up perfectly. So I had a little bit of a mishap here, not mishap, but goof. About a 4-inch area over here, there was an air gap in the caulking. This was the last window I did yesterday. I was tired and I was leaning a little bit since this is a wider window than all those. You kind of can't do both sides of this without moving the ladder. And I just pushed the limits of what I could do, and so I put another piece of masking tape across the top and I gave it a squirt. I mean, it looks a little crappy from this distance, but from the ground level it's perfectly fine. And then I noticed we had a little bit of light leaking in from that little corner edge there, which was kind of difficult for me to work with on the outside. So from the inside, I gave it a spooge. On some of the other windows, not this one, or maybe it was this one, this little seam, you could see light coming through, and then also up in the corner, you could see light coming through. Now I know I looked at all those before I installed them, and that hot glue that they assembled these windows with is sealing that area, and wherever it wasn't before I did the install, I gave it a spooge of the urethane caulk, but kind of feel a little uneasy about it. So I went in and eyeballed with the light coming from the outside and gave it a little bit of extra juice there on the inside. So what I've decided to do is, after I remove these guys, we're going to use the caulking around the edge, and I'm probably going to use the water-based latex black stuff that I've got. Yeah, see, there's some of their glue right there. They installed, when they installed the window, they got a little bit on there. That's not me. I haven't had a chance to get them dirty yet. All right, so whatever. The water-based stuff will be a lot easier to use, and I think it'll do fine. That way I don't have to deal with the window tint on the inside. I mean, it would be kind of nice. I was thinking I would be, hey, how you doing there, fella? I was thinking I'd be trimming the window tint where the Nimrods did a poor job, using a razor blade and a really thin piece of metal as a guide. So you could see on that window, see, I already brought these back to the window tint place because the edges were peeling up, and one of their fixes is what they did here. They just trimmed the peeling edge. It's like it was lifting off. Let's see if I can find one for you. They said it redid some, and he said, well, you know, basically something to the effect of all the rest of them, that's just the way they're going to be. And yeah, see right here on that edge, I don't know if you can see, the window tint is lifting there. That's not so bad. That's pretty good. I don't know if that's a drip of water on the outside. Yeah, it's water on the outside. I mean, most of them are pretty good, I guess. There's a couple of them that are grossly bad. Again, right there, I can't tell if that's a drip of water on the outside or the window tint lifting. Let's see if these big ones. Thought there was one that's still, yeah. See, they trimmed it, which I'm okay with, really, you know. Because what they had the window tint butted up against the edge, and then it wouldn't lay flat. So that looks pretty good. I don't know why I can't see it. Maybe you can see it from the outside better. But anyway, I was thinking I would take that black latex caulking and go around the inside edge. It would cover up this little clear line here, which doesn't really bother me. But mainly, you know, I could squeeze the caulking up into that groove between the glass and the metal. That's how I seal the one in the front. It doesn't leak anymore. And then it would also hold the edge of the window tint down. It sucks. You know, the problem with the window tint is the guy, when he wrote me the estimate, or actually it was even a verbal estimate, I asked him how much. I brought the windows there. Didn't even bring the bus. Brand new windows in a box. He got so excited about getting some quick money. Guy says, I could do it for 200 bucks. And I go, I told him, I said, you sure? Did you get them all? He goes, yeah, I got them all. Yeah, there you can see the edge right there? Those are areas where the tint has lifted. These little bubble looking things. So, see a little edge on the bottom there. See if I see anything on these. I guess they're pretty good. Maybe. There you go. See the corner right there? It didn't look like that on the inside. That means the window tint is there, but it's not adhered. It's a little bit disappointing, you know? So anyway, the guy quoted me 200 bucks. I said, okay, man. And I left the windows with the guy. And he said, you know, give me like 3 days. It took like a week. I was okay with that because I told him do it as fill work. And he did. So I was okay with that. And then when I pick him up, I didn't look at him. I mean, I looked at him, but I just took him, you know. Oh, yeah, when I went to pick him up, the gal at the counter says, okay, that'll be $298. And I said, and I was about to just pay, and I said, thought to myself, you know, let me just, you know. So I say, hey, what's up with the $298? It was supposed to be $200. She goes, let me get red. So she goes and gets the guy, and it's like, yeah, 200 bucks. I don't know why they rung it up at that price. Like, right, they didn't know why they rung it up at that price. So I paid the 200, cash, even, you know, no tax or nothing. And I left, and because of all that, I just took them, you know. Felt a little weird. So when I get them home and I started looking at them, actually, I didn't even look at them when I got at home. They were still in the cardboard boxes. And it was about a week later when I decided to install the windows. And I had all the screws and stuff. And that's when I got a close look at them. So I called them up and I said, hey man, are the edges supposed to peel on these things? And the gal says, did we do those? I said, yeah, you did them. So she goes, well, let me let you talk to Red. So he says, bring him back. Brought him back. And that's when I got the, yeah, that's as good as they're going to get story. After he did fix a couple of them. I mean, they were pretty bad. But, I mean, I'm quite happy with what I got here. This is like 90-something% heat reflection. It's the highest heat reflection that you can buy. And they're actually not that dark. You can see through them pretty easy. As, you know, now it's dusk. It's what, like, it's 8 o'clock in the evening. Well, you can see out pretty easily. When you when it's dark out and you turn a light on the inside, all you see is yourself in the glass. It reflects right back at you, which that's, you know, the downside, I guess. I mean, I'd like to be able to see out just as easily as no tint at night, but you just can't see out at night if you got the lights on the inside, that is. So